Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to today's sharing of Harmonize to Energize. My name is Terry Matthews. I work at the headquarters of Jin Shin Jyutsu in Scottsdale, Arizona in the US. And Harmonize to Energize is based on helping people use the self-help practices that Mary Burmeister created to understand and experience balancing energy pathways and energy as it moves through these pathways in the body. Its definition is the art of the creator through compassionate man, or as I would say, human. For the past several weeks, many weeks, we have been exploring the safety energy locks, which are these like resistors on these energy pathways, resistors, conductors, which allow the energy to flow congruently or not through our bodies. And they in turn will allow us to experience harmony or not. So we've reached the fifth depth, and the depths, as you may recall, are simply different bandwidths, different frequencies of energy. Fifth depth governs the heart and small intestine, and the safety energy locks within that frequency are 24, 25, and 26. So today we begin with safety energy lock number 24. So let's have a look at the slide to see where it is and how we can harmonize it. So there it is. It's about a finger's width from the ring toe, either side, left and right. And it came into the universe meaning understanding or harmonizing chaos. Chaos is a part of the process of creation. The Hindus talk about generator, operator, destroyer of the universe, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. And Shiva is that god that destroys things in order for them to rebuild. And often what is going on during that destruction phase, it's received by us, all beings, as chaotic. We're not quite sure what's going on, but what in fact is going on is very coordinated. It's a cleansing process, a purification in order to build something new. And this is just like how we practice all the principles of all the safety energy locks using the 36 breaths. By exhaling, we let go of the old, and by inhaling, we purify. So that process is very much integrated in the understanding of safety energy lock 24, and perhaps that is why Mary has you hold the 26s, giving yourself a hug, as you can see on the diagram. And it came into the universe also allowing us understanding, preventing jealousy, revenge, or stubbornness, because when we let go of angst or concerns, we no longer have the need to resist or to hold on to attitudes about things we don't like. And when we do hold on to things, it can become a stubborn refusal to accept reality. So we want to stand under oneness, completion. We don't want to get stuck in one gear or another. And Safety Energy Lock 26, which is held certainly by hugging, and certainly this practice is all about completion. In terms of the relationship to the fifth depth, we find Safety Energy Lock 24 can be harmonized by holding the little finger. And then we come to the third practice here, where Mary actually shows you holding the 26 with the 15. Again, she's using this idea of completion and the fifth depth harmonization understanding through the 15, which means bring joy and laughter, or fill our hearts with joy and laughter. So there's lots of co-relationships, interrelationships here. Don't get too confused. Just know that in understanding, in resisting jealousy, etc., and stubbornness, we are looking for completion. So those of you that have been following these practices with me week by week will know that I practice with 36 breaths subdivided into 4 sets of 9, exhalation, inhalation. And by the way, as we practice the 4 sets of 9, we move the energy from the 4s at the back of the head through the 15s in the groin, which we've just mentioned, to the big toe, number 7, and then back through 7, 15, the whole pelvic girdle, actually 15 to 1525, and back up to 4. And added up, Septiengilok's 4, 15, and 7 actually comes to 26, which again is in 5th depth and is used as the practices to help us understand or stand under safety energy lock 24. So to begin with, what we're going to do is we are going to begin with what we normally end with, which is the hug. Here, that'll be the first practice, and your thumb is under the shoulder girdle, left or right. And we'll do a set of 9 exhalation inhalations, holding the hug. Then we'll choose left or right finger, finding out which feels tighter, and hold that for 9 exhalation inhalations. And then we'll take our hands away from this position for the last practice that Mary shows here, holding the hand on the 15 area with one hand on the 26 and 22. And then for the last set of 9, we can either choose one of those that we've practiced with or go back to the beginning. All right, go back to where we started, which is a good way of bringing all the strands of energy together. So it's good to sit up as straight as possible, release any kind of blockages from the spine by keeping it as straight as possible. But if you do have back issues, place a cush behind your back. And remember, we're relaxing, we're dropping our shoulders, we're bowing our head slightly if we wish, and we're smiling and we're letting go of what we no longer need. Even if our mind tells us to hold on, this practice is really about letting go of all that mind stuff and allowing the soul to guide us. The heart's wisdom coming from the soul. And the heart wants us to expand and grow and understand and prevent all that misunderstanding. So we let go in order to build something new. And then we purify that something new in order to build something even more pure. Each time, each cycle of exhalation, inhalation, we're continually purifying and rebuilding. So let us begin. I suggest you close your eyes to block out any unnecessary external stimuli. And just drop your shoulders. Feel the energy moving down through the 15s from the 4s into the feet. As you exhale, here we go. Just let go in order to let it grow. And then the energy moves up 7, 15 to 4. And that's a gentle receptivity. We don't take a breath, we receive a breath. So 8 more times, exhale. And then inhale. And as we're doing this, spirals of light entering through the 4 at the back of the head and the 15 area, joining together, moving down the front, helping us let go of dirt, dust, and greasy grime and building something new. And then, because the laws of nature are eternal and always continuous, we once more purify and rebuild. Just let those shoulders sink down, 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 through the 15 into the 7s, the big toes, and beyond. Go down deep into Mother Earth, to the crystalline layer, allowing the cosmic purified energy from that to come up the back, purifying the spine and the energy pathways. Move up the back, safety energy locks move up the back. Feel very comforted. This cycle of completion, adding up to 26, and then 2 and 6 is 8. We're actually going back to source here. And in some understandings, the source would actually be the sound, which takes us back to that idea of generator, operator, destroyer, AUM, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. It's part of that frequency. Often you hear people chant, "Oh." That is said to be the source of the light. And then we reach the 9th exhalation, inhalation. And that is the space, and that's the source of the source. That's the nothing, the no thing, or the Tao, the creator of all things. And in that space we can allow transformation, so just become the observer and the witness of where you are right now in this moment. This is where transformation can happen. We need emptiness. Don't mind the gap, because it's in the gap that the change can come. Get happy with gappy. Did I say that? Free fall. Trust. 9th depth has everything. So now we practice the second process that Mary offers to harmonize safety energy 24. Little fingers, left or right, and just do a little bit of detective work, see which one feels more tender, ouch. And hold that one. You can just hold them, placing them in your groin area, and the center 15, which is actually the pube area. Close your eyes, sit up straight, exhale, drop shoulders. Allow the energy to move down the front, up the back. Our consciousness can expand the more we let go, and that will help us stand under our fears and difficulties and concerns. It will help us understand. The bigger our awareness grows, the more we can understand. Stubbornness and jealousy are normally just deeply rooted insecurity, not knowing that we are complete as we are within that breath. nowhere to go, nowhere to go back to. Just stay present. 8 more times, here we go. Inspiring golden, rainbow, crystal, whatever color light is coming through you. It's just letting go, spiraling through the safety engine locks and pathways, cleaning up our resistances, our stubbornnesses, our fears, insecurities, and grounding us deep into Mother Earth, who in turn allows the cosmic purified energy to come back up the spine, back to the floor, the window that lets in even more light. It's a conspiracy to purify us, to help us to become more authentic, to be more real amidst all the chaos. But chaos, as I said, is necessary. It's the breaking up, the Shiva, the dance of destruction in order to birth something new. And we don't have to wait to Christmas to receive something new. Every day, in every way, we can transform. And within the transformation, there's no thing, space. The mind is not entirely happy in that territory because it wants to subdivide. It wants to break and analyze. It wants to think about the past and the future. The heart just wants to help us be peaceful and accepting and understand what is. And as we reach the 9th exhalation, inhalation, just sit within. Observe who you be, where you are right now. Maybe you felt some discomfort as the light just gently moved like a wave of water, the water energy moving blocks, washing us. Maybe you felt some discomfort then as the fire energy moving up the spine further purifies us. Our resistances have created the discomfort. Just remember, there is a light always. End of the tunnel, beginning of the tunnel. When we understand that everything has a purpose, feelings of comfort, discomfort, they're all the same really, just different sides of a coin. Surrender to what is. Okay, third practice, you can place left or right hand on the 26, which for those that can't see is the edge of the shoulder blade which we were holding with the hug, left or right, and the other hand goes on the 15, and the thumb goes under the shoulder girdle for safety engine lock 22. And we'll do our 9 exhalation inhalations. Here we go. Feel that energy just releasing, moving down through the hips, through the pelvic girdle, to the big toe and beyond. And feel that strong, earthy, magnetic connection, absorbing that which we do not need to build something new, transformed. Is it better? Maybe. That's a function of the mind to compare and contrast. Let's just say it's transformed into something new, something of expansion. That might be a more appropriate understanding. Inhaling naturally. 7 more times. And it's always at your rate. When you do this by yourself, it's not Terry's rate, at any rate. And then as you reach the 9th exhalation, inhalation again, slip into that neutral gear, that neutral zone, no thing. And hopefully over the weeks, those of you that have been regularly attending have found this a useful practice of emptying out what you don't want and inviting in what you do. And getting familiar with this frequency. What does it feel like? And being comfortable with it, perhaps. So now we do the last set, and the last set of 9 exhalations, and then you return to the beginning, alpha to omega, omega to alpha. You can do this, or you can choose any of the other practices, which in this case were only 2 more, the finger or the one we just did. I'm going to do what we begin with, the hug. Give yourself another hug, why not? Bring in that energy of understanding, wisdom of the 5th depth, that love of your soul, of who you be. And you know, there's an understanding that there's 2 souls, if you like. There's the soul that reincarnates us, and then there's the universal soul. The soul that reincarnates can have impurities. The soul that is universal is totally pure. And when our personal soul unites with the universal soul, we are all complete. 26. Back to source. And as we're filled with that universal cosmic pure light, it displaces any of the resistances of our personal soul, mind, body, and we become who we perhaps always were eternally. The one light, united with the one sound, united with the no thing, the ninth depth. And so as you reach that ninth exhalation, inhalation, just sit with it, be with it, acknowledge that it's okay just to simply be. Because within that being is all the intelligence of the cosmos, all the wisdom. Fifth depth. No more trying to and no more anxiety. Just allowing. And practice makes progress. So if you found any of these practices, helpful, then you can do them in your own time, wherever, whenever. You might find the power is increased if you do it away from as many distractions as possible, with your phone turned off, and maybe you could even do it in relative darkness. Just experiment and see how the frequency changes. Develop your understanding. So now, before we finish, I just want to give you a quick leer and peer, as it were, of what's happening in the Jin Shin world soon. So I'm going to share my screen. And here we are. Page 1, the home page. Coming up, upline online events, I should say. Most of our classes now are, as you may know, online because of the COVID restrictions. Coming up next Saturday will be Wayne Hackett doing a 2-hour webinar on the elements in the lumbar circle. I will be his host and maybe being joined by Sarah Harper co-hosting. Register today, $35. Those of you that are students of Jin Shin Jyutsu may find this as an excellent review. Those of you that are new, this could give you a very foundational understanding of one of the basic structures of how energy moves through the body. Then Jill Pasquinelli doing a self-help class beginning February the 19th, 3 days of self-help via Zoom. February 19th, February 21st, tuition $225. Register today. Then Susan Schwartz, revisiting the back of the Jin Shin Jyutsu textbooks. What makes these flows special? At the back of textbook 1 and 2, there are flows that Mary published, special flows. So what makes them so special? Well, tune in, register in February 26th, 28th, Friday to Sunday, and hear what Susan Schwartz, a very experienced instructor, can share with you. Register today, $350. And if you've missed any of our classes, you can actually get the replays. You can look here, click on these links, and find out how to purchase the replay. Just to let you know that the replays of the 2-hour webinars on the Saturdays are for 6 months, but the replays for all the other classes, 5 days, LTAs, special topics, are for 3 months. So that's it for this week. Thank you for joining me yet again. I will be here next week, same time, to discuss the next safety energy lock in 5th depth, safety energy lock 25. So I wish you all a beautiful rest of the day, weekend, rest of the week until next Friday. Stay safe, look after yourself, be well. Au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, cheerio. And thank you for being here at this time in this energy. Much appreciated. Take care.